Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a true disruptor in the film industry, his incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I think you'll agree with me that Hollywood has lost its originality. They made bold films years ago, but these days they play it safe. They take a cartoon that we watched in the 70s and they remake it. It's very formulaic. Somebody who's trying to change his industry, and he's a true disruptor, is in the studio right now, Andy Turner with Rubicon City Studios. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, Jeff, for having me.
Absolutely. It's just a little background. You've been in the film industry for about a quarter of a century.
Yeah, that sounds.
It sounds older.
That sounds old.
25 years.
Yeah, 25 years. I've been doing this a while, and absolutely love working in film and movies. It's a passion that I think everybody at some point in time looks up and has.
Sure.
From either watching cartoons or movies, there's some touch in our lives that connects.
Well, I remember when independent films really kind of burst on the scene, and I may have this wrong, but like Blair Witch Project got everybody's attention because I think the budget was less than $1 million, and it went on to gross, hundreds of millions of dollars, right. And it was revolutionary. So when did you become fascinated with independent film?
Yeah, when I was a small child, I had a friend that lived down the road from us, and his name was Benji Wilhoit. And he was in a movie called Six Pack with Kenny Rogers, and I got to be on the set with him, and he has since passed away, but he sang a song called Rocky Top with Kenny Rogers. So it was a great older movie, but from being a small child, seeing how movies work was fascinating, and that kind of birthed it in me, and I still never got over it.
I love it. And you're a serial entrepreneur. You've built so many successful companies, but the film industry keeps bringing you back, doesn't it?
It does. I was able to be part of it and help start up and run the Atlanta Film Studios, and that was absolutely a lot of fun. We saw some great movies filmed there, but the studio, my contract finished, and it was run by the local government. So when the elected officials would come out, a new one would come in, and they weren't really Hollywood people. It was just a local government that wanted a movie studio for the income. And so I've always wanted to do this and do it on my own. And so now this is the venture to do it and do it my way.
Absolutely. We're going to pull up the website, and I want you to talk about the name Rubicon. It's a strong name. What does it mean?
Yeah, Rubicon, it was birthed from actually a statement that Julius Caesar made. Anytime that an army crossed the Rubicon River in Italy, that was a point of no return. And for us, and what we stand, what our mission statement is, not only in the filmmaking, but as Christians. When you cross that river, there's no looking back, there's no stopping. So that's where we are. We've got a lot invested in this and where we are and what we're doing. We've crossed the Rubicon, and we're here to stay.
And let's talk about your business model, because you are really modeling it off of a model that was popular like a century ago with MGM.
Yeah, it's definitely different, and that's what we want to be.
Sure.
Yeah, we don't want to be typical Hollywood. When you come and you work with us, we'll be able to do everything, every single thing. So we can just fund your movie, or we can a la carte it if you need, all the way down to craft services or security, or if you need us to fully produce your movie from pre to post.
Sure.
We can do everything.
And the way you've structured it, I guess Hollywood takes like 70 to 80% of the deals?
Yeah, typically the larger studios that's well known, everybody knows the name. Most of those contracts, if you go there, they're 70, 80%, and then they want to tell you how to film your movie. We do not want to do that. Because if it's you, this is something that you've dreamed of. This is your dream, and you've written a script or you have a movie. When you come to us, I don't feel it's right for me to, one, take all your profits of something that you've birthed.
Yes.
And then tell you how to do it. And then you look at people that's been doing this a long time, all the great directors. Why would I want to take his profits and then tell him how to do something he already knows how to do very well?
Yes. We're going to show this is a video from our library of Hollywood, typical Hollywood. And one of the things that I've noticed just here in the great state of Texas, they're producing a lot of great movies because it's a right-to-work state. The cost of making movies in other states is really attractive, isn't it?
It definitely is. The tax incentives, especially in Atlanta, where I'm based, there, Texas, New Orleans, those tax incentives make it to where a lot of people want to go and film, and they've kind of migrated away from the typical California.
Sure, and I think Hollywood's in trouble. I mean, for a couple of reasons. One, COVID got people out of the habit of going to the movies every week. My wife and I used to go religiously every Saturday, Friday and Saturday. We were at the movies, and then we suddenly realized, you can you can make popcorn at home. And then, of course, the writers and actors strike. I mean, so as you kind of look into your crystal ball, what do you see happening to Hollywood versus independent films?
Well, it's changed a lot on how movies are distributed. And I believe that the movies will come back and actually going and setting in the theater. I mean, what a great date night, right?
Yeah, right.
Somewhere to go. But it's got to be the right kind of movie, a movie that people want to go and see. But the streaming service and being able to sit at your home and pull up your movies on demand is going to be forever growing. And we are making sure that we're aligned, that we can be in both and being both very strong.
Absolutely. We were visiting yesterday, and you told me a story about your family and just realizing that there just aren't great films for families.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I was sitting with my 4 kids and my wife, and we're watching TV, and there's just not much that was on that I felt good about my family watching. Not good family content's hardly there anymore. It's stuff that I have to go back and explain to my children on why we really don't believe in that. So I could sit and complain about it and say, I wish somebody would do something about that, or I could do something about it. So I've got a team of people, talented people, that we're going to put good family content out and content that we're proud of and good Christian content.
Sure.
We're not going to just do faith-based movies, but we're going to do large blockbuster movies that has a good faith moral that's in there. That's going to show families how families should be depicted, and men how some men to be depicted.
And I applaud you for that, because we certainly need it. And you have something like 30 movies and documentaries kind of in the hopper?
Yeah, it's amazing how God has blessed us, because we're not even officially opened. Well, no marketing that's out there. I mean, this is really our first interview that we've done. And for months, I started getting phone calls, people sending us scripts. Hey, we would love to align and work with you on this. And some of my phone calls that I got, I couldn't even believe who I was talking to. It was like, are you serious? Is really somebody playing a trick on me? And it's been pretty amazing. And we've got 30 movies currently sitting on our slate and 25 documentaries. And it just shows that if you build it, and you're doing it right, that they will come.
I love it. And we could go into his phone right now. We're not allowed to, but A-list stars are in his phone. Their personal cell.
Yeah, I'm still shocked at that. People that I looked up to as a child.
Yes.
People that I idolized.
And do you think it's because they, too, understand that the business model of Hollywood is outdated?
Oh, without a doubt. That's conversations that we've had. And Hollywood is so quick to want to cancel you, blackball you, control your purse strings, and tell you how to do movies, and then just straight out lie in credits.
Wow.
That's not our mission statement. That's not our values. And we're gonna have a company that does things differently.
All right, you got to do me a favor because we're almost out of time here. But when you get that first Academy Award, after thanking your wife and family, you need to thank Jeff Crilley.
Jeff Crilley.
Okay, final thoughts. What would you like to leave people with, Andy?
You know, as we're growing this, know that the reason why we're doing it is for you. Because we know that there's a need in America for people to have content that you're proud of, content that's inspirational, and content that's true content, and something that we're not going to be ashamed of and you're not going to be ashamed of. And I hope that you enjoy it, and we're looking forward to this journey, and we hope that you're taking the ride with us.
Wow. Well, may God richly bless your journey. You're doing the Lord's work. We're going to end with the website, which is RubiconCityInc.com. The great Andy Turner. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, my friend.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.